Sister-in-law is so obese and she wants me to take care of her as my patient. She thinks I'm going to prescribe her Ozempic, but even I don't think that can fix her major problem. My sister-in-law hasn't always been big, but now everyone calls her Gorda. If you're not Hispanic, look up what Gorda means. It's not very sugar-coated. My wife told me that her sister, Gorda, has been going through some dietary issues and wanted to have a checkup with me since I'm a dietitian. I was enthusiastic at the time and had no problem taking her in as a patient. That is until I saw her sitting in my waiting office. She had a matted ponytail, her breath smelled like dog, and her odor was so bad no one in my office sat next to her. My secretary talked to her behind her plexiglass screen to make sure she didn't have to smell her stank of breath. Point in case, Gorda clearly needed help and I was going to give it to her. Gorda needed to turn her life around because the patients I've seen before never came as close to her level, but they were already walking a dark road. What she told me broke my heart. She was trying to hide her tears and she said under her breath, "I don't know how I got like this." This just made me feel bad for having judged her in the first place. I started considering the possibility she suddenly gained weight without realizing it because of insulin resistance, diabetes, or some predisposed obesity genes. However, when I ran all the usual tests and asked more about her family's health history, I found that she showed no symptoms of any medical conditions. We talked about her eating habits, but they were actually on par with that of a healthy person. That's where we figured out the problem. Gorda's daytime eating was normal, but her nighttime eating was atrocious. All she did was DoorDash till her credit card maxed and ate until she fell asleep. I could not emphasize the importance of not snacking at nighttime to her. It can induce depression, heart problems, high blood pressure, and the possibility of cancer and gallbladder disease. The reason she ate so much is because of basic human biology. Your body wants to naturally eat as many calories as it can before resting because it wants to self-preserve itself. We needed to work together to change her life to get her to a much more manageable state. I didn't want her to live with this heavy shame. We started working with appetite suppressants like black coffee and water, but she hated the taste of both and she pees out water too quickly. I looked into night food cookies and decided they would be best for her to start eating. Their cookies were completely safe to binge at night and had little to no calories. Her binge eating started decreasing, and after over 4 weeks she wasn't having the same nightly cravings as before. She even told me she slept best after eating the night food cookies. Not only was she saving a bunch of money now that she wasn't blowing all her money on DoorDash, but she was also having much more quality sleep. She told me that she was a lot more well-rested and found reasons to start the day. When I saw her every now and then at my office or at my wife's parents' place, I progressively watched her change. Her breath and body stopped stinking and she was able to practice better hygiene because she wasn't stuck in bed anymore. Afterwards she started cutting her hair little by little, but eventually she said screw it and gave herself a pixie cut. She said, and I quote, "This is the most free I've felt in years." This girl was completely changing her life. It was remarkable to watch how night food was fixing something as simple as sleep and giving her a total 180. After 4 months I'm proud to report that she lost a total of 47 pounds. Her face has gotten so much slimmer and she's absolutely glowing. My wife is extremely thankful for me helping out her sister, but I try not to take too much credit. I literally